Okay, I was born in '88, so I lived all through the 90s. It was not as awesome as people make it seem. Please quit ruining the nostalgia with your over-exaggerated experiences of the 90s. Alright, first off, internet sucked back then. Dial-up was the most infuriating thing ever. Nowadays, my phone downloads faster than that shit. And that annoying sound it made was seriously like torture. I hated it. I would not trade my internet speed today for the internet speed of the 90s. And no matter how much you love the 90s, neither would you. I loved the classic games, alright? Keyword, loved. The shit's out of date. You do not need to bring back old fucking games. If anything, remake them in 3D. But why would anyone want to pay to buy a new old Nintendo? You can download all those games to an emulator for your laptop or computer, and you would still ignore them. Because I'm not gonna stop playing Black Ops 3 to fucking run around and turtle hop on Mario. I love 3D games. Who doesn't? And I like gaming online. So if you're ever gaming with someone and they're complaining that games were better in the 90s, take a fucking hammer and smash their console or computer. Give them a Super Nintendo and watch them immediately begin to hate you. I wouldn't sacrifice my comfortable controller for that crummy rectangle on the Nintendo. Nothing was rechargeable. Well, some things were, but nothing that I gave a fuck about as a 90s kid. Pages were rechargeable. Wait, scratch that. Some pages were rechargeable. Others required a AAA battery. A single AAA battery. How long was that shit ever gonna last? So once the batteries died and whatever you had to entertain yourself, you were bored. Unless you were one of those kids who always had a pack full of batteries. And I didn't. I was a fat kid. I preferred to have a pack full of snacks. Don't judge me, alright? Cell phones sucked back then. Seriously, they sucked. They were big as fuck, and they had the most ridiculous plans. Do you remember the kind of phone that if you forgot to end the call, you would still be charged for listening to nothing? You literally got charged for not ending the call, even if there was no one on the other line. That was ridiculous. And if you were lucky enough to have a signal, your conversation would still sound like you were talking to static. Everyone was always asking, "What'd you just say? Can you repeat that again?" Until eventually they'd just say, "I'ma call you back when I get home," cause the cell phone sucked. They had no GPS, no games, no apps, nothing. Just a phone that overcharged you and barely ever worked. But I do agree that the 90s had some really good cartoons. That's indisputable. Our cartoons taught us to get up and go. Cartoons nowadays inspire you to just fart and laugh about it. But not every cartoon was great. People make it seem like 90s cartoons were just the greatest ever. Like I said, most of them were the shit. Like very, very good. But not all of them. Okay, so stop saying that. So let people enjoy their Wi-Fi. Let people enjoy their GPS. Let people enjoy the fucking millennium and take it easy. So if you like this video and you want to see more of the shit I post in the future, just click the link at the top to subscribe. Nothing was rechargeable.